speaking about censorship, we talked about the Reddit thread that was entirely removed. The Reddit thread that was entirely removed. Well, it's been reinstated now. They brought it back, and actually, one of the mods there contacted me and said, we had an impromptu discussion amongst the mods this morning about brigading and Reddit rules, and every single mod agreed that the post was not brigading, and it didn't apply anyways since it wasn't intrasite within Reddit. Okay, that post had no issues with any of us mods, so I was curious of why it was removed and why. It was reported multiple times, and I approved it staying up every single time. So I checked the logs on the post. It is removed. It was not removed by any of us mods on the sub. That means Reddit got involved somehow. I'll even show you the mod action log on the post showing the only actions the named moderator took were to approve it. Now it still has an allow button on it, so even if Reddit is mucking around with it, it looks like it can be reinstated, so we'll try it. And he posts this picture of the moderator log, of them approving it. Approve link, and apparently this. The Reddit post was removed by Reddit spam filters. Now this is I'm not entirely sure where to go with this, because on one hand, it could wargaming really have such a long arm that they go around the mods to get to the admins themselves of Reddit to get it down, get it taken down by that, or alternatively, are the mods full of shit and unwilling to admit that they took it down? It's a bit of a tough one, because for those not aware, the moderators aren't exactly the cleanest mods in the world when it comes to the World of Warships subreddit. For those who aren't aware, there was a big drama, what was it, about 3 years ago? When I found out one day that I had been shadow banned on Reddit. Shadow banning means you type something, you post it, but only you can see it. No one else can see it. And if you go into your profile, you find that the comment is there, so it's still being posted, it's just hidden from everyone. Only you can see it. And it turns out the word Flamu and anything I posted was shadow banned. Everything. So a bit of digging goes on. This was around the same time that Earl Grey had its explosive severance with World of Warships, and he posted. He let everyone know. He posted some leaks, including I think some screenshots, examples of. Wait, let's see if we can find it. About them having content removed. Basically, this was some leak that was posted on Reddit. Thank you, AlphaKill, for the 52. Thank you, Ferris. So this actually showed that this was Reddit posting something, and then something was leaked on Reddit, and they instantly contacted Reddit, and they had the leak taken down. So this was showed. Okay, for Reddit, it's covered. Mods are handling any possible thread on the leak. So this showed the level of control they have over the subreddit. Basically, if something is posted there that they don't want, they can instantly get it taken down real time, instantly, to make sure it doesn't appear. So this was leaked during the whole explosive Earl Grey thing. And of course, he also leaked the fact that the mods on the subreddit were privateers. They were getting privateer bonuses. For those not aware, being a privateer is kind of like being a CC. And which means they were being paid in, like, they were getting doubloons and in-game items. So basically, wargaming was effectively paying them all the time. So it wasn't a volunteer job, and obviously that puts a very vested interest. Like, if that's in Finnish it's called ristiriitainen työsuhde. It's like conflict of interest is what it's called in English. Yeah, it puts a big conflict of interest on their job when they're being paid by Wargaming for this. So this was like a big thing back then, and they got heavily exposed for this shit. Like, Why do mods lie about not removing content for wargaming and then blame it on Rule 5? And this was the screenshot of them actually removing content for wargaming. What do mods get privateer bonuses? That's basically a payment. Why did they shadow ban a CC and not disclose who made this decision and just shrugged, I don't know why he was on there? Like, there's been a lot of shit that goes back. And this comment here, that exposed all this, they hid it at first. This comment was hidden, and then they unhid it after the shit they were called out on it. So, live censorship on Reddit about the behavior of the moderators. So, I'm not gonna go out here and say that they're particularly reliable. I directly asked one of the moderators to delete the threads regarding potential leaks, regarding the unique upgrades. Like this, there was a lot of questionable. There was a lot of questionable shit going on, just regarding this. And there was also the issue, of course, me being added to the shadow ban list. They never wanted to they refused to tell who added me to the shadow ban list. And then when they were pressed for it, well, I can show you. When they were pressed for it, basically, they added me to the shadow ban list. And here, moderators could defend themselves in a very simple way by telling who exactly put Flamu on automod, or just assure us that they performed the investigation into it and the person and who did it has been warned. And here's the deal. During the rules update, we placed all the moderators of our Flamu on the auto-moderator report this content if it's posted list because they were continuously advertising for their subreddit here, which was becoming spamish, etc. Due to a bit of a fuck-up. It was being shadow removed rather than what should have happened, yada yada yada. And then you got a bunch of people who asked, I'm the owner of the subreddit in question. I've never actually owned my own subreddit. Like, it's just a fan subreddit. I've had nothing to do with it. And therefore, I would kindly like to ask you to provide some proof that one or multiple of my moderators continuously were advertising to a degree that it was seen as spam. This is, of course, a bit of a trick question because no such spam ever occurred and no one ever posted anything. Like, do you have any proof? Could we have some proof? Of course, the mods never replied to all these requests for proof. They just brushed it under the rug. So, there's a very, very good reason why. There's a very, very good reason why the mods don't exactly have a lot of good faith remaining. Because they have shown that they will act if Wargaming asks, they were being directly paid by Wargaming, and they will go out of their way to hide their own bullshit, like my entire shadow banning incident. And they will actively try to censor any discussion on that discussion. So that's 3 fucking pretty big strikes for the subreddit, which is obviously why people don't have a whole lot of faith in that subreddit's, let's say, integrity. But I don't think it would. I don't know. I don't think it would have showed me all this stuff. Honestly, it's a hard call. Was it somehow Wargaming going past the moderator team to get this thing taken down and now managing to reinstate it? Or are they just feeding me shit and trying to cover up the fact that they took down the Steam bombing? I don't know. I have no way of knowing. All I can do is present both sides of the argument. Yeah. I stopped browsing the subreddit after I realized how manipulated it was become by Wargaming and their likes. Yeah, I mean, there is some certain things, like, for example, the Reddit banner, the World of Warships banner, you know, the top banner, that thing is always done by Wargaming, and they send it to the mods, and the mods upload it. So it's like, well, I don't know if they still do that, but that's how it's basically used to be done. So they do have a pretty strong grip on it. At this point, though, it's all speculation. It's all speculation. I cannot know one way or another. I can just present the moderator's previous actions and the moderator's current argument, which is that they did not take it down, they approved it, and somehow Reddit, I don't know if Reddit themselves had some sort of spam filter, which sounds kind of weird, or if Wargaming themselves went around the mods, I don't know, or alternatively, they're just trying to bullshit and they took it down when it was at the #1 spot on subreddit. I mean, we gotta highlight this. This is important to highlight though. That thread was the top post on the subreddit, and it was still growing and going up. And then it was deleted or removed for like, I don't know how many hours, basically the entire night. And then it was restored again after all the momentum had died down. For anyone who knows how momentum works on Reddit, when a thread is growing, it can end up on the front page. It pops up, like it keeps growing. It exponentially grows. But if you cut that growth in half and you put the 8 hours of it, suddenly that thread is old and it will die off very quickly. So a very convenient timing, so to say, on the whole thing. Let's say that. But I don't understand how a normal post on Reddit can be classified as spam. I don't really understand it either. I don't understand it either. Ultimately though, I don't know. I don't know enough to make an argument. I'm just letting you guys know the information that I have. What's this? Oh yeah, final thing. Here was the delay. What? Oh yeah. I mean, this is. Oh, this was the deletion message. Diese Beitrag wurde durch Reddit spam filter. Yeah, apparently this says it was. This guy posted a picture showing that it was caught in a spam filter. In German. So I don't know. Oh, and final thing. Since I'll throw this up on YouTube to let you guys make your own opinions. I don't use Telegram. I do not use Telegram. I've never used Telegram. I'm probably never going to use Telegram. So all these dumb fucking bots in the comments that keep telling you, oh, you won a prize, and they're nick called something like Flamu Telegram or whatever. Like, please stop believing that shit. It's obviously a scam. It's obviously a like most obvious scam ever. Why in God's name would I PM you with a separate account? Why wouldn't I just use my YouTube account to PM you if you're posting on YouTube? Why would I make a separate account to PM you on YouTube? That makes no sense. It's obviously a scam. Please just report it and ignore it. Like, you won a prize. Yeah, I keep seeing them. And the thing is, they're very sneaky about it because they reply to people. They don't post it in the original thing where it shows up like in your YouTuber dashboard. You have a feed, and all recent comments show up in the feed. But if they're replies to other comments, they don't show up in the feed. They only show up if you open the YouTube vid itself and look through the comments. Only then do you see. So they go out their way to reply to people to hide it from my feed, and I don't often notice it. But I banned about 10 of those Telegram spam accounts by now. So yeah, stop clicking them. Thank you.